And when the devil starts, because we're talking about soul winning this month, reaching out, and I'm talking about being a witness. He says, the only way you can do this, to reach out these days, is to be a witness, a proof producer, like we've talked about David. He had proof. That was why he was able to go get Goliath down. A lot of us, you've been in church for years. You are like Saul. We have a lot of people that have been Christians, but like Saul, they don't have no reference points. They have not experienced God. Everything they have achieved has been by their ability and by their power. You've been in church, a child of God, and all that you have gotten in life has been through your own ability. You will get to a place where something bigger than your ability will come, and you will fail woefully. I met people that thought everything was going on well. They are the one that have patterned their life that way because they are studious, they are hardworking, and they have done things for themselves. And that's why they are there. You just wait for a Goliath, just one Goliath to come. When it comes, you discover, like Saul, that with his armor, with his intelligence, with his ability, it is zero. A lot of us don't know that. Never get to a place where you think that, yes, I've worked. And with the hands lifted, the people were winning the battle. If you know what string he was pulling that was making that happen, maybe you let me know. I have not been able to reconcile that. And that's the office of the fivefold ministry. He lifted his hand. If they had told me to do battle, I would have thought being in the field was more difficult. Being up there was easier. So it's not just for him to go and lift his hand. What else is he doing? And Bible said he got tired. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't know much himself. He got tired. He didn't know how powerful that was. He started dropping his hand. As the hand was dropping, they were losing the battle. Thank God for two wise men, Aaron and Hur, that came to lift that hand permanently up. And they got a permanent victory. There's a connection. In serving God, in coming to church, in this, there is a connection. Never get to a place where you think it's your ability, it's your intelligence. There's a connection. And so as we're saying, he says he wants us to be witnesses wherever it is, in the deep. Launch out into the deep. In that deep, be a witness. Where there is darkness, let your light begin to shine. The Bible says, let your light shine. He didn't say talk. He didn't say preach. He says, let your light so shine before men that they might see your good work and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Let your light, our lights are now shining. And I'm talking about the strategy of the devil. The devil has 4 strategies. When you read Daniel, the devil, he knows how to evangelize as well. Daniel from verse 1, if we can just quickly, we're going to go through it. And you see what a strategy is. And today, we have what we call Daniel 1, if we can put it up from verse 1. It says, in 3rd year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Joachim, king of Judah, into his hand. Joachim himself wouldn't know that because God had left him. That's why, when God leaves a man, you're given into the hand of your enemy. It says, with part of the vessel of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God, and he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuch, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, cunning in all knowledge, and understanding signs, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. And let me say this to you, and this is what I'm saying, the strategy of the devil. This is the first highly skilled program that happened in the world. You think it just happened? The American Visa Lottery? This is it. To get the best from the nation that they have besieged, the nation, small nations, to get the best. And they say, come, he brought the best, royal seed. He left the rest of them to suffer. to be working, and he brought the best. Is that not what they do? Highly skilled program. A lot of us came to a highly skilled program. I mean, it's not wrong, but from the fire, anybody can touch it. Some of us as Christians, we've gotten to a place where anybody can touch us. You that the man cannot see and say, I love you. Now they are touching you in a place that you didn't touch, and you're laughing. It is breathing. Isolation has brought that to you. And that's the reason why you don't leave the assembly of the brethren. You need to come in every now and again to get fired up and charged. He gave them. Let's read on. Let's go back to verse 3. It says, verse 3 quickly. And the king spake unto after the master of his eunuch that they should bring certain of the children of Israel and of the king's seed and of the princes. You see, certain, the best, PhD students, people that are graduates, not everybody, not the mechanics and the rest of them. Why? Because if they feel those ones are not going to be useful to them. And you think it's because, they want to train them. No. They deplete the people in that land. They deplete the strength of that country. That's what it is. And strengthen themselves. Because the longer you stay, if you don't know it, if you don't raise your children like you should raise them now, the longer they stay in this country, these ones will never go back and say, they don't know your village. They don't know what that place is called. This is their village. This is where they are from. And if you allow them in isolation, we're talking about Christianity and socialization. The first thing is isolation. These people are isolated. Maybe you don't know it. You need church. You need the house of God to be strengthened in this. A lot of us don't get this. Why? Because we are myopic. We don't see farther than our nose. If you can see, you understand what is happening. You understand what is happening. Praise God. And it says, let's read on. They brought them out. They understand science and such as that ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and vibe. And it says, and the king appointed them a daily provision.